ready now for our FS1 main event. That's Kenneth Sims Jr. out of Chicago, Illinois, former amateur star, against Keshawn Williams, undefeated fighter from Washington, D.C. Tail of the tape. Sims is the older fighter now, 28 years old today on Christmas Day, a Christmas baby. Williams, the younger man, at 24. They're both 5'10". Sims with more experience and coming off an excellent win. We'll tell you all about that. But first, let's go to the ring and Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Prudential Center here in Newark, New Jersey, Premier Boxing Champions presents the FS1 PBC featured attraction of the evening, brought to you by and sponsored by Geico. Whether you rent or own, Geico makes car insurance. Go to geico.com today. Introducing our three judges at ringside, we have Lynn Carter, Henry Grant, and Ron McNair. All right, fans, here we go. 8 rounds of boxing scheduled. Welterweights in the ring. Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with white trim, hailing from our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. He weighed in at 146½ pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with a record of 8 wins, no losses, 1 draw with 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the undefeated Keshawn Supreme Williams. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing light blue trunks, hailing from Chicago, Illinois. He weighed in at a ready 145¾ pounds. His record stands at 16 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw, with 5 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing Kenneth Bossman Sims Jr. And our third man to the ring, and now to give instructions, Harvey Dock.
Okay, boxers, you received your instructions earlier. As a reminder, obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. Touch him up, good luck.
This is a nice matchup right here. Kenneth Sims Jr. Coming off a standout win, the best win of his career, bouncing back. He mentioned his record is 16-2-1. He hit a bit of a rut in 2017-2018, losing 2 fights, but Joe Goosen, he comes in having beaten the previously undefeated Elvis Rodriguez, who was a highly regarded prospect, and going up now against an unbeaten fighter.
Yeah, Rodriguez was really well thought of, and Sims came out and just, I thought, just dominated the fight. He's a really sharp guy.
Real good action here from the get-go here. They're firing hard shots right away as Keshawn Williams tries to put some pressure on Sims.
Let's just put it this way. They're both very accomplished boxer punchers.
They are trading hard shots here. Combinations.
Oh.
Williams getting after it.
And Sims, he really bounced back with a couple of combinations.
Good hard body shot there with the jab by Sims. But both fighters are in there throwing combinations. Going to the body again. Sims scores.
I like Sims' defense right now. He's keeping his hands nice and high. He's not getting hit with any silly shots.
Well, he has to absorb this early storm from Williams. I don't know if Williams can keep this pace, but Lennox, he's a dangerous guy if he's throwing shots like that.
Oh, very dangerous.
Now Sims goes southpaw, trying to change things up, and then he misses there, falls short, eats a right hand from Williams.
That's one of those right hands that interrupts your shot. You go to throw a left, right, and you get hit just before, in the middle of that shot.
I tell you, Joe Goosen, I like him. I like Sims orthodox more than southpaw. He's not fighting too well southpaw right now. He moves back.
Yeah, he landed actually a couple of shots right there. You know, he's going to test the waters and see how it works. He switched up against Rodriguez too when he fought him. You know, like I said, he's an accomplished guy. He can go left or right. And Sims, of course, is settled in. They both came out bombing to see if somebody could land a good shot, but now they're settling into a boxing match.
Yeah, I like what Sims is doing. He's throwing that left hook to the body and coming back upstairs.
You can just tell these are 2 guys in their prime, evenly matched, basically, with high level of skill and a lot of energy. Getting after it. Neither fighter's walking in here thinking he's going to lose today.
As much as Williams looks like a hard puncher, he's only got 2 knockouts in his 8 wins. And on the other hand, Sims has only got 5 knockouts in his 19
Joe,
fights.
Anybody watching the first 2 minutes of this round would not think that.
No,
right?
that's why I'm pointing it out.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to believe.
That was a good hook there by Williams, too, as he was able to put that right off the jaw of Sims. Sims now back to the southpaw stance. Nice jab there by Keshawn Williams. So we mentioned Chris Colbert a moment ago. Williams lost to Colbert at the national level in the amateurs. That kept him out of the junior Olympic trials. But he was that type of amateur fighting at the national level, as was Sims. He's highly regarded guys at the amateurs.
And what does that say about Chris Colbert? You
Best in the world.
To be able to,
Right.
It's unbelievable.
At national level, that's international level. Final 20 seconds, round number 1 scheduled for 8. It's a nice matchup here. Amateur star out of Chicago, amateur star out of Washington, D.C. Maybe Kenny Sims getting the better of it here in round number 1. Likely did, according to CompuBox. He did, but a very good, high-spirited fight here tonight. We're a week away from our New Year's Day pay-per-view. You can scan the QR code on the screen right now. Joe, when you're in in the hotel room and you want to order room service now, there's no menu.
Right.
Just go to that. That's the QR code.
Yeah, I always have somebody do it for me.
I know you do. You've got your people.
I have no clue.
By the way, Luis Ortiz, Charles Martin. We'll also get to see Johnny Rice going up against Michael Coffey. That was one of the top 6 upsets of the year. By the way, Kenny Sims, who's in the white trunks, beating Elvis Rodriguez earlier this year, was one of the top 5 upsets of this boxing year. And I'm not saying the writers thought this. That's according to the Vegas odds at the start of the fight and then what happened afterwards. So those are big upset fights. We'll get to see that rematch next week at the heavyweight level with Johnny Rice. And here Kenny Sims and Keshawn Williams and even Lennox Lewis, former heavyweight champion, as we went to break, said, that was some round. That was spectacular, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a really good round. Nobody really starts so fast. I mean, Williams really came out after him and started really fast. He started the whole thing first.
Beautiful body shot there by Kenny Sims.
It's like when you complain to your dad. He started it first.
Williams did start it. Yeah, Lennox is right. Keshawn Williams started it, but Sims was able to weather the storm, land his own shots.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit more of a complete boxer. You can see that. He's outlanded Williams, but Williams definitely contains a threat here.
That was a tough round to score, I hate to tell you. I mean, for me, that first round.
You thought Williams was close enough? Yeah.
I thought it was, I thought it was a lot of give and take.
Oh, yeah. No, I think it was, I don't want to say clearly, I would go Sims and feel good about it.
Yeah,
Lennox, what about you?
Sims on that. You know, he was throwing some good combinations, and he wasn't getting hit, and he wasn't really out of pocket.
But, Joe, I'm glad you said it, because that means a judge ringside could reasonably think that, too. We don't know. And we'll get the scorecards here unless we get a knockout. But right now we have a crisp, sharp, high-level boxing match.
And the sharper mover of the two is definitely Williams. He moves around the ring really well.
Left right there by Sims landing.
Needs to do is really come back with his own combinations, not allow Sims to really get through with his punches.
He's talking to Williams there.
Yep.
They're talking to each other.
I haven't seen Williams really say much. Maybe his mouth is open.
See, another thing about Sims and the reason why he can switch up, do things like that, you know, he's been a sparring partner for Manny Pacquiao, Terrence Crawford, Shakur Stevenson. He's been in there with the best all the time practicing, so he's got a lot of skills, and he gets sharp from boxing with those great guys, too.
And not only sharp boxing with those guys, he would learn a couple things from them guys. Yeah. Those guys' best punches can't hit him, and he would probably try those same punches on his opponents.
Sims with a long left hand there. I don't know if that was a hook or kind of a hybrid over the top, but he was in the southpaw stance and kind of landed that hard hook on Williams as he has continued to outland Keshawn Williams, although again it is very competitive. Final 30 seconds, round number 2. This is our main event here on FS1. Later tonight on Fox, we're going to open up with Joey Spencer, so don't look away then. Joey Spencer's first, Vito Mielnicki Jr. versus Nicholas Delomba is our main event later tonight here in Newark. Sims continues to box as a southpaw, fairly comfortable there. And another high-level action round here in round number 2. Back here in New Jersey, and we're seeing here on the right-hand side live action. There on the left, Joe Goosen, first an elbow from Sims and then the right hand.
Actually, as upon review, it was the forearm that landed. That was kind of a follow-through from the chop right hand because he threw 2 of them. The second one Sims threw, didn't involve the forearm, elbow, or anything else. It was just the right hand. I just think it was a mishap because of the follow-through of the right hook.
And sometimes that happens when the guy falls in too.
Yeah.
You know, he comes too close to him and you can't hit him with the fist, but your elbow gets there a lot quicker.
That's Kenny Sims
Not
in the
that
white
he
trunks.
meant to do it.
No.
Keshawn Williams there in the black and the fringe. And this is, again, high-energy fisticuffs on Christmas Day. Sims getting the better of it, according to CompuBox, but Keshawn Williams very much in this fight as he falls just short there with the right hand.
See,
Good right hand by Sims.
And it catches him right on the chin.
Moving forward now, digs in with the body shot, the left. Now gets him into the corner. Tries to uppercut his way out. A hard body shot. That was right on the belt line by Sims.
beautiful body shot by Sims.
Now he goes back to the southpaw stance. I don't know if he's better lefty. I think he's better right-handed.
He had a lot of success last round in the second round left-handed, to be truthful, Brian.
I don't like it. Lennox, do you like him lefty or righty or both?
I like him both. He's actually doing, switching both sides very well and looking good. And he's not getting hit.
Yeah, Williams is having a hard time finding him when he's southpaw, quite actually. But I think Sims has got a little bit more power when he's in the right-handed stance.
Yeah, Williams has his head up a bit too high and on one level. He needs to move it, rocket from side to side so it's not in the straight line. Sims
is throwing nice body shots here. He's got a very versatile body attack for a guy who is kind of a classic boxer, but he goes to the body quite a bit. He's outlanded Williams 26-17 in the power shots.
The other thing, when you keep going from right-handed to southpaw and then back to, it makes the other fighter, and in this case Williams, keep readjusting his eyes to where the punches are coming from. So it can be confusing if you do it smartly, like Sims is doing.
I mentioned body shots. You can see the numbers there. Actually, the body shot numbers 25-10, not just power shots, but shots landed in a scoring area to the body. And Kenny Sims has a very nice attack in that mode. Final 30 seconds, round 3, another right hand by Sims. Now, Sims was an outstanding amateur, over 200 amateur fights. And he lost a spot on the U.S. Olympic team, losing to Jose Ramirez, future junior welterweight world champion, multi-belts as well. So you have a guy who has lost close in the amateurs to Chris Colbert, and a guy who lost close to Jose Ramirez. That is top of the food chain, world championship level boxing.
Joe, what would you be telling Williams right now?
Well, I'd say it looks like he's got the shorter arms. He's got to get in a little bit closer.
Back here on Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, everybody. Brian Kenny, Lennox Lewis, Joe Goosen, Ray Flores here with you, live from Newark, New Jersey. This is our main event here on FS1. And this is high-level, high-energy action between Kenny Sims of Chicago, Illinois, and Keshawn Williams out of Washington, D.C., who trains here in New Jersey, by the way. Does a lot of training alongside Vito Milnicki, who will be in the main event later tonight on Fox. Good jab to the body and then straight to the head by Sims. See, he's got the edge in power punches. You saw the CompuBox numbers right there, and in jabs as well. He has outlanded Keshawn Williams 22-8. So maybe Williams, Lennox really thought, my best shot is to take this guy out in the first round. He certainly took his shot in that first round.
Yeah, some guys go out there in the first round and try and test out their opponent to see how tough they are, and I think that's what he did. Just went out there and seen how tough Sims is.
He can't say he didn't get after it.
Yeah, he wanted to feel his punches. He wanted to feel him and see how strong he is.
And since then, though, I mean, Sims has really taken control of the fight.
Sims is smooth and strong,
yeah.
though. I mean, he looks really impressive here. And he is fighting a live opponent, as we say in the business.
And Sims is moving forward. That really helps him as well. Because when you got a guy like Williams really just jabbing and kind of moving back, he's giving up the ground. He shouldn't really give up so much ground.
And doesn't it look like Sims has the longer arms, as it stands,
It looks like that because he boxes like that with the long jab out there.
Right hand on the way out, landed by Sims.
I only say that because when Williams tries to counter it seems like he's always coming up short after he gets touched.
Oh, that's a hard hook. No, Joe, you're right. And part of it is that Williams' arms are more muscular, which is great at the beach, not as great in there.
You said that was a hook, that was a straight left hand.
Was it? I mentioned Lennox earlier. It was like a hybrid because it is landing like a hook, but it's a left hand coming from the southpaw stance, but it's landing like a hook. They're going to show it to us, Lennox, because I want to see exactly. See, that's coming from
Oh,
the
no,
side.
that was a sweep left hand. I would agree with that, Brian. That was not exactly what you would call a straight left hand. But in a side, that's a little sweep.
A sweep left hand.
It is.
All right.
A sweep.
So somewhere in between.
With a P at the end.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not like sweet pea.
Right. No.
You're thinking of Pernell Whitaker.
And so you got to remember, Brian, if you think about it, the right hand is usually to parry a jab from another right hand, and southpaws go around that parrying hand, that right hand. That's a little trick they use, and that's exactly what he did. He went around the right hand that would normally parry a straight jab.
It's been very effective in this fight. He's landed it several times, and it is slightly different, but he's moving it around that blocking hand and landing it. And Kenny Sims Jr. looks terrific here tonight, being tested by Keshawn Williams.
Ooh.
But outstanding work so far here in Newark.
And ladies and gentlemen, coming up on February 5th, live on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view, it'll be the return of the former welterweight champion of the world, Keith Thurman, matching up against the 140-pound champion, former 140-pound champion, Mario Barrios. This card is loaded. The return of Leo Santa Cruz, Abel Ramos, Josecito Lopez. Unbelievable action coming your way February 5th. And back to reaction we go with Keshawn Williams and Kenneth Sims Jr., Ray Flores, Lennox Lewis, Joe Goosen. Good shot to start off the 5th round with Kenneth Sims Jr., guys.
Yeah, it's been a great fight with Sims, I think, pulling away right now, and I think it's incumbent upon Williams in this 5th round. He's got 5, 6, 7, and 8, 4 rounds left to turn this fight around and get back in it.
Yeah, what do you think he needs to do? I think he needs to hold his ground a little bit better and throw some combinations before he gets out of town.
It just seems what's happening here is Sims is dominating the outside when he wants to, and when they get in close, he actually takes the play away from Williams as well. So I just think when Williams gets the opportunity right in here, when he's got the opportunity to be close to Sims, that he takes advantage of it. Otherwise, on the outside, it's just been Sims being really slick, tricky, and very evasive and hard to counterpunch.
Yeah, there you see where, Sims is really just throwing the punches, and Williams is not really reacting like he should. He needs to go forward, not backwards.
Yeah.
And guys, it's clear that Sims is landing the more authoritative shot. He's the heavier-handed fighter, really sitting down in his punches, and that's affecting Keshawn Williams and disrupting his rhythm.
Well, what's disrupting his rhythm? He doesn't know if he's boxing a southpaw or orthodox sometimes. He's got to recognize what's in front of him and what punches they're throwing at him, and then what punches he needs to come back with.
Just over the midway part of round 5. This one's scheduled for 8. Don't forget, Vito Melnicki Jr. against Nicholas DeLumba, live on Fox, coming up top of the hour here in Newark, New Jersey. The hometown favorite, Melnicki, looking to defend his territory. Big shot by Sims.
Man, that was a beautiful timed right-hand counter. And this is what he's been doing most of the night. Is he's been timing Williams all night long.
And you're right. Williams got caught with that punch at least 4 times already. And it hasn't really affected him, but, it doesn't look good.
And this is where Williams should start really, stepping it up right here. He's close enough. Sims is not trying to be too evasive here. He's got the earmuffs on. And he's looking to counter like that left hook on the inside. So this is Williams' chance to really throw some combinations. And he's fallen short even in close here and getting hit.
Yeah, and even his combinations are being blocked, and he's getting hit on the counter. When he throws a punch, he needs to think about defense after that.
Under 30 seconds left here in round 5 between Kenneth Sims Jr. and Keshawn Williams. Williams, a stablemate of Vito Melnicki Jr., looks to remain undefeated. Good straight left there by Sims.
And that's the thing about it, Ray, is Sims is doing really tremendous, even from a southpaw stance, although he's been working out of the right-handed most of the night. He's really difficult to deal with southpaw.
What a round.
Yeah.
And back to Brian Kenny.
More boxing coming your way on New Year's Day. Luis Ortiz and Charles Martin, the headliners, will have press conference on Thursday on FS1. The weigh-in live on Friday, 5:30 Eastern on FS1. The prelims on Fox, Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern, and then 8 p.m. Eastern on New Year's Day. Luis Ortiz, Charles Martin, Joe Goose, and we also get to see Frank Sanchez Always like to see Frank Sanchez, and then the rematch Johnny Rice and Michael Coffey, which is fascinating.
That's going to be, believe me, I know that Coffey's going to make some adjustments to try to be much more competitive than he was against Rice in that first fight.
And I'm excited to see Frank Sanchez, baby.
Yeah, big win over Efia Jogba in that last fight. It was tremendous. Had a Jogba down and hurt, and then just swept the fight. I mean, round after round.
And you know what, Joe? That was a matchup kind of like this one at a different level. That was an advanced heavyweight level. These guys are still on the way up at welterweight, but that's the same thing where it's like, gee, I wonder who's going to win. There's a lot to gain and a lot to lose here in a fight like that.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of question marks in most of those matchups.
In a fight like this where you have Williams against Sims, defense is very important. After you throw your shots, you got to be thinking about defense. You can't leave yourself open. And Williams' head is up a little bit, his chin's up a bit. He needs to tuck it a little bit. Because on a trade, you don't want to be traded punches and then get caught on the chin.
Yeah, in all fairness, look, Sims has had close to 20 fights. He had 19 fights. This is only the 9th fight for Williams. So, he's got double the experience, and he's probably, and I'm talking about Sims, worked with a lot more accomplished fighters in Terrence Crawford, so on and so forth, as you mentioned earlier. So I just think he's got a lot of the experience factor going for him in terms of amount of fights and the quality of guys he's sparred with and fought, quite frankly.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can see a touch of Terrence Crawford and then that swag that he does, especially when he's blocking a punch and coming back.
Talk about defense and head movement, fellas. Going into this round, again, that's through 7 rounds. Keshawn Williams had missed 129 of 139 jab attempts.
Yeah.
He had landed 10 jabs,
That's
missed
what I said.
129.
That's what I said. It looked like he's been falling short all night with whether it's his reach or just his timing. But it's been Sims all the way using that jab, and quite frankly, that right hand like that.
It's a nice counter right hand. He moved his head and then countered with the right. That is an advanced move, and very few, even pros, able to do that. Outstanding work.
Well, I think it would be fair to say that at this point, Williams will probably need a knockout to win this fight. Would you? If I were in the corner, I'd be thinking that right now as his trainer. Not that he hasn't been competitive or not that he isn't qualified. It's just that Sims is really on fire tonight. And I think he's getting better, especially since that win that he had against Elvis, what was his last name? Rodriguez, who was undefeated at the time.
Oh, yeah, it was highly regarded. And again, that was one of the upsets of the year. So the bloom, at least the thought was the bloom was off the rose on Kenny Sims. But guess what? The bloom is back.
Yeah, and look, again, he's facing another undefeated fighter tonight that he could upset and put a loss in the column for Williams tonight. And he's turning out to be a real spoiler of the past couple of fights.
There's no question, right? He gets a win here. He deserves an awful lot of credit. That's a nice name on the resume. A guy who had not lost 8-0-1.
That was a beautiful move, wasn't it, off the ropes right there? Yeah. By Sims with that left hand, right hook, spinning out.
Final seconds, round number 6. And coming up tonight on Fox, the bells are ringing on Christmas Day. Vito Mielnicki Jr. taking on Nicholas Colombo tonight, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on Fox and the Fox Sports app. So Merry Christmas, everybody. Brian Kenny here with Joe Goosen and the former heavyweight champion of the world, Lennox Lewis, who's appropriately dressed. By the way, thanks to the crew. We've got, they put the finery down, the Merry Christmas stuff. We've got Christmas trees over here. I just decorated my own house, Joe. I know the work that it takes to do this.
I want to present this to you, Brian, from all of the Fox family. It's just an empty box.
Oh, come on. It's decoration, but it's nice. That's nice. I'm sure there's something. Normally there's something nice.
Hey, this is a
there.
big box for Rolex.
You look good, Lennox. That's been on all day?
Yes. I wanted to wear a hat, but
this is what they rolled for us earlier.
I didn't know what hat to pick, but this
looks good.
Perfect occasion.
We like. Ooh, I can warm this up. We had the Yule log rolling all through the night on Christmas Eve.
I know this is against the fire code, but it's worth it.
This is the #1 hit show on TV right now, all streaming, is the Yule log. Has been for years, and it still is. Back here now, round number 7, Keshawn Williams gets right back at it. We're glad you joined us here on Christmas Day. We hope you're having a very nice Christmas with your family and enjoying the live boxing here tonight in Newark, New Jersey. And thanks for all of us here on Fox Sports and everybody who came out here to New Jersey to put on this telecast here tonight. Again, we're here. Nice leaping hook from Keshawn Williams here on Christmas Day. Back on New Year's Day next week.
Well, you can see how he's opening up here. You know his trainer, Calvin Ford, told Williams to go out there, look, you're going to need a knockout. I mean, if he's being honest with himself, the trainer, he's going to tell his fighter, you need a knockout to win this fight, which I believe he does. And it looks like he's trying to go out there and do some real damage right now.
Yeah, Joe, I would say he's done everything he can. Like within his capabilities, Williams has put it all out there. I mentioned earlier in the first round, and right now here too. Got to give him credit. He might not have enough to get a W, but he has put everything into this fight to give himself the best chance to win.
You know, sometimes in the gym when you prepare for a guy like Sims, let's say, you might think that, you know, because Williams is a good boxer, that you might be able to beat him boxing and moving and counterpunching. But, you know, sometimes you get in the ring and you find out that strategy isn't going to work. Did you work on anything else to compensate for that strategy not working? So you got to have a plan B sometimes. And I think the plan B would have been for him, Williams, to put more pressure on the last half of this fight.
You know, some of the reasons, sometimes when, you know, I can see this is what's happening with Williams, that he went out there, things are not turning like he wants them to and working out like he wants them to, so he's still trying, but he's just throwing hard shots. And he's actually wasting some shots because he's throwing them, and Sims Jr. is blocking them very well.
Well, Sims is just too slick. I mean, he's a level above it. It's not a wide discrepancy. This isn't a blowout, although it may turn out to be on the scorecards. But this is one of those fights that, a good right hand there by Williams. One of these fights that you'll see that maybe the judges have it, you know, maybe every single round to one fighter, and yet anybody who watches this fight would say this has been a competitive professional fight.
Absolutely, no doubt it's been competitive, but I think Williams is making a mistake here. He's came out pressing and looked to be successful. You could catch the judges' attention to win the round, and now Sims turned it on him and said, no, I'm going to back you up. And he's being successful backing up Williams right now.
So Williams is able to throw some cuffing hooks, though. He's landed at least 2 in the last 30 seconds, so he's having some success. But Sims is now doing the stalking and moving forward.
Yeah, Sims, I'm very impressed with Sims.
Yep.
I wasn't expecting to be this good and this well schooled. But that's because he spars great guys.
That's right.
You know, if you spar with the champs, you're going to be great. So you have to spar with better people than you.
And we've talked about that before, about how when you first start, sometimes you box with guys that manhandle you, right? And you learn from it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I always say to young fighters, they need to spar with better fighters than themselves, and they learn a lot more.
That's right.
Like Manny Pacquiao and Terrence Crawford. Can I find the best guys on earth? Wait, where's Floyd Mayweather? I should spar with him. By the way, you can buy our pay-per-view right now. Heavyweight Showdown. It's easy to do. You can visit foxsports.com/PPV. That's pay-per-view. And click the buy now icon. Buy today. You can watch it on any screen you want. Luis Ortiz, Charles Martin, Frank Sanchez on that card, and the rematch of Johnny Rice and Michael Coffey, who we saw here just in July on that the main event of Vito Milnicki when he came back, and Joey Spencer as well. And that was one of the biggest upsets of the year, top 10 upset according to the odds, where Michael Coffey lost to Johnny Rice, who just came in and had one of those career nights. That's always a good thing about what we learn in boxing. Sometimes the opponent doesn't know he's the opponent, and he's here for that reason. Hey, you're supposed to put up a good fight and go away. Well, what if I don't? And Johnny Rice did not when he came here and he beat Michael Coffey.
Right, I mean, that's a fight that I want to see, because I want to see if Coffey really went back to the gym and did some work, and he's going to come out saying that he wants to win this fight.
Final round here, round 8. Kenny Sims Jr. in the white trunks, Keshawn Williams in the black and the white fringe. They have gotten after it. Keshawn Williams came out firing in the first round, and he is still firing, throwing hard body shots.
Yeah, look, this is what he tried in the last round, the 7th round, and then Sims wouldn't have any of it, and he said, no, I'm not going to let you back me up and try to knock me out. I'm going to back you up, and it's exactly what just happened at the beginning of this round. Williams came out throwing some good shots, landed some good shots, and Sims just refused to budge, and he goes, no, I'm going to back you up now, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Hard right hand to the body.
And took the play away from Williams.
Yeah, but, you know, what would you do at that time, Joe? This is what I would tell him to do, step around. Always be stepping around, throwing punches.
Well, you know,
and then be more accurate with his punches. But here, the guy's got earmuffs up. Don't hit the earmuffs, hit the body.
I know, but at a certain point, you've got 2 minutes left in this fight. you need a knockout, I mean, you just got to go at it. You just got to go at it.
He dug that hook to the liver, Joe. He tried it right there, but Sims looks like impenetrable right now. Even when he's getting hit cleanly, he's not moving backward. He never looks hurt. He's just in a tremendous zone right now, putting his career back into gear. There's a beautiful right hand.
And Williams is holding on for dear life right now. He's hurt. Believe you me, one more good punch, and he could put him down.
Williams, when he throws his left-right, he's got his chin way up in the air. That's why he got caught with that punch.
Taking backward steps now back into the corner. Another right hand there by Sims, who moves in. And a good body shot to a hook to the body. Williams trying to answer back with his own combination.
Wow, Sims is digging right now.
Keshawn Williams shaking his head. No, it's going to take more than that. Right hand bounces off his head once again. Tries to fire back. 1 minute left in this fight. Outstanding fight between these two.
I got to tell you, Sims looks world-class tonight. He really does.
No question,
Yeah, he
Joe.
does.
I was just thinking, too, if you saw the record, you see 16-2-1. How did he lose? Who's fighting him to a draw?
You know, sometimes you have those times in your life where things aren't going right. You're not in the gym. Things aren't going. And then, you know, so you get it back on track and you go, well, what could have been? You know?
Oh, another right hand. Beautiful short shot.
Yeah.
That's like Joe Louis. I'm smelling. Right hand just came in, and now left hand lands to the body.
And look at Williams clamping on to the arms of Sims right now.
Definitely needed to hold there because he was hurt.
Oh, he got hit with a straight left hand also from the southpaw stance right in the belly. That didn't do him any good.
Kenny Sims, an amateur star. Again, hit a bit of a rut a few years back, absorbed 2 losses, but he has put it all back together, and he had a real live opponent in front of him tonight in Keshawn Williams. But Kenny Sims was just outstanding, start to finish, slick, powerful, smart, showing the ring IQ, showing the amateur pedigree. And also, I would say, we've said it a number of times, but I thought Keshawn Williams did everything he could do to get a win here tonight, but just facing a guy at another level.
He'd probably beat 9 out of 10 guys if that he might have faced tonight, with the exception of Sims. Sims is on a roll right now. You can tell he's got a lot of confidence, a lot of momentum, and a lot of talent to boot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he looks the part. He blocks and he comes back. He doesn't get hit. His defense is great. Like you said, good ring IQ.
And let me just, you know, because it doesn't get said enough, you got to give credit to Ken Sims Sr., the trainer for his son, and the rest of the corner have done a tremendous job with him, because he was in great shape tonight. And he's just, like I said, he's got a lot of momentum going, and it's a team effort here. And I really like what I see with that group of guys over there. So
yeah, that's Boss Man Jr. and Kenny Sims Jr. So that is Boss Man Sr.
Yeah.
Who is the boss man in there. And I tell you what, again, there's an ebb and flow to the career to keep your consistency. Look, we're going to be talking about this about Vito Milnicki. He absorbed a loss in his career. Sims lost twice, but when you look at Sims right now, you're wondering, let me look at the welterweight top 10, top 12, and how far away is he from that? Can't be far.
No, it's not far. I mean, you could tell by this fight, the way he fought. I mean, he looked good. And, you know, like I said, the people that he spars with, he's got to learn stuff off of them.
It was an action-packed fight, high-level stuff. Let's get the decision now with Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of action, the judges are in agreement. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Lynn Carter scores about 77-75. Henry Grant and Ron McNair both score the action 79-73. All 3 in favor of the winner by unanimous decision. Kenneth Bossman Sims Jr.
Well, again, according to the judges, Williams took a few more rounds than I thought, Joe, but I know you brought up the first round. Maybe it goes either way. I thought it was Sims, but either way, I think the right guy won, but it was reasonably close.
Well, 2 judges, if I'm not mistaken, gave Sims 79-71, right? Okay. That means every round but one.
And the other one had it
77-75.
Yeah. So that was like, that's 5-3.
And here you see Williams early on coming with that left and that right. And here comes Sims with that straight right. That one caught the elbow, but he didn't mean it. Then he straightened it back up with the right hand. Here comes another right hand. Those right hands was landing all night, and left hands when he turned southpaw. That's what I love about Sims.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It was pretty much this all night long after the first round. You know, it was pretty competitive the first round, and then from then on, you know, Sims just ran away with the fight, doing stuff like this. And look, the low left hand, you pointed that out earlier of Williams. You know, if you have that left hand low, you're going to get cracked with that right hand by a sharpshooter like Sims.
Absolutely.
Look at the CompuBox numbers, 143 to 67. It was a wide discrepancy in jabs as well, 54 to 16. By the way, Joe, I think I'm reacting to the first judge, 77-75. Immediately you thought, all right, what was I watching?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which has happened before.
Throw that out, keep the last two.
There we go. Kenny Sims in the ring right now. Let's hear from him. Let's go to Ray Flores, right?
Thank you very much, Brian. I am here with the birthday boy, the victorious Kenny Sims Jr. Kenny, this is your second straight undefeated opponent that you've beaten this year. What does this victory mean over Keshawn Williams for you?
I mean, it meant a lot because it was a lot going into this fight. I mean, he ain't had to fight me, and neither one of us had to take this fight. We had both our opponents fall out yesterday and this morning. I mean, yesterday morning, we was just like, hey, let's do it. So it meant a lot just because I ain't prepared for him, he ain't prepared for me, so it was just like we both had to go get it.
Do you feel that when you turned to southpaw that it affected him and it frustrated him?
Yeah, I feel like that with everybody because a lot of people don't switch, like a lot of people switch southpaw, but they don't do it like I do. Like I do it a lot. Like it's just a natural thing, so I know it messes with people's heads.
How nice is it to be able to have your father in your corner as your trainer as you guys get the victory here on this Christmas Day? Also happens to be your birthday.
It means a lot. Coach K and my dad, you know, they communicate, they do it together, so it's a team effort.
Well, congratulations on the victory. We look forward to seeing you in 2022.
Thank you. Just thank God for the victory. Without him, none is possible. And I want to go home, see my baby. I ain't seen her. I missed our first Christmas, so Nova, Jalen, I love y'all.
All right, back to Brian. Thank you.
Ray, thank you so much. Kenny Sims, happy birthday. It's the way to do it on Christmas Day.